When King Edward VIII gave up the British throne, the British Empire and his position as Emperor of India, to marry his true love American divorcee Wallis Simpson, it plunged the British monarchy into a constitutional crisis. Wallis Simpson is known as the woman at the center of the most scandalous love of the 20th century. However, Anna Pasternak's new biography on the Duchess of Windsor paints Mrs Simpson warm, loyal, intelligent woman, known for her impeccable sense of style. How the Queen Mother found royal life unpleasant after controversy. Mrs Simpson was viciously derided at the time of Edward's abdication. Ms Pasternak revealed in her 2019 book, Untitled, The Real Wallis Simpson, Duchess of Windsor, how Wallis Simpson created an eternal signature style, which became her personal armor. Her dedication to appearance defined her as a Southern woman during an era when women dressed to please her man. Ms Pasternak's biography claims French aristocrat and designer Jacqueline de Ribes said she was witch but never casual. The Duchess was a different generation. The book also reveals that Elsa Maxwell, an American gossip columnist, once observed Wallis Simpson and said, "The Duchess has impeccable taste, and she spends more money on her wardrobe than any woman I've ever known." Diana Vreeland, former editor of Vogue, famously described Mrs Simpson's style as polished but not relaxed. However, Mrs Simpson was a realist as well as an exhibitionist and famously said, with a touch of vulnerability, "I'm not a beautiful woman. I'm nothing to look at, so the only thing I can do is dress better than anyone else." And so the Duchess wore fashion like a kind of armor, with her sense of style becoming more sophisticated the more notorious she became. Biographer Anne Sebba explained how important fashion became to the Duchess of Windsor. Ms Sebba wrote in her book That Woman, A Life of Wallis Simpson, Duchess of Windsor, how Wallis Simpson always used fashion as a weapon. As Ms Sebba reiterates what Mrs Simpson once said of herself, she may not have been the most beautiful woman in the world, but she could make up for it by being the best dressed. She believed she owed him Edward this to make up for all he had given up. Mrs Simpson may have been ostracized by the British royal family. The couple lived in Bahamas and France after they married and died alone in France in April 1986, aged 89, but her legacy to fashion continues to amaze and enthrall.